Okay, so let's try and answer some of these questions that we've posed here. The key line of code, of course, in our script is this transform the local scale so that the x, y, and the z are all whatever's defined up here. Now, if we change that second diameter one, this one here, to 3f, and let's actually do it in both, what do you think will happen? Well, what will happen is that these will be zero point 0.5, but this will be 3. So the y-axis will be really, really long. So we'll have a very long egg. It'll be more like a sort of fishing float, won't it? So let's try that. So whirring and clicking, and let's bring this back in. Let's play, and there we are. We have this very long, elongated shape. So that's what happens with that. Now we could change the diameter, and now of course the y is set at 3, but we're changing the x and the z, so we end up with that sort of thing happening. All right, so that's that. Let's have a look at the other questions. Do we need the line of code in the start function now? Um, well, the way we can have a look at this is rather than deleting it from the start, what we can do is comment it out. So by putting two slashes in front of a bit of text, it means that the compiler won't recognize it. It's effectively deleting it. So we actually say in the start, don't do anything, just brush over it. In fact, we could make the whole start thing commented out. We could comment the whole thing out. And now there's so if we save this and we run our, just compiling the code, and we run things, then what will happen? Nothing different, because it's what's happening on the update that's always going to overrule what was on the start anyway. So in fact, the start now becomes irrelevant. It doesn't matter what it starts at. It's happening every frame of the update. So let's have a look at the next question. A similar line of code, transform local position vector 3 0 5 0. Well, actually, let's write that line of code in here. I'm going to reinstate the start menu, the start function. We know that, whoops, let's put it back in there. Let's put a double in there. Um, we know that we don't need this line of code in here for the start because it's always going to get overruled by the update. So let's just change this to local position, and let's make it so that it's going 0f, 5f, 0f. While we're at it, let's just change this back down to diam as it was before. So now we've got a script that goes set the diameter to a half. At the start, make the position of the object x0, z0, y 5. And then every frame, just keep updating the diameter of the object. So let's save that, and let's go to the back to Unity. And what do you think is going to happen? Well, I reckon this is going to start off higher, but then so it'll fall from a higher height. Let's see. So we play, and yes, indeed it does. So right at the start, it's right up at number 5, and then it falls higher. Now, the next question that we are posed with is, what do you think would happen if we put this line of code in the update function? So instead of, or additionally to, we could copy this line of code here and we could paste it into here. And now what we'd probably be expecting to happen is that every single frame, the local position is going to go to 0, 5, 0. So it's actually going to fight gravity. So I wonder what will win. Will gravity win or will the script win? Let's save it and go back to here. So what's your money on? Gravity winning or the script winning? So we know it's going to go to 5 and it doesn't fall. So the script is winning. So every single frame, even though gravity is tending for that ball to come down, the script is always forcing it back every single frame to position 5 on the y-axis. So the sphere we made, the script we made was called sphere cars, and we attached it to the sphere. But what do you think would happen if we attach the script to the floor object? Can we do that? I mean, it's called sphere cars. Can we actually even attach it there? Well, what we might do then is it would take the script back to where it was previously with we'll take this local position stuff out. So we'll get rid of these two lines just by commenting them out. And we'll resave this. So just to make sure that it is working as expected, it's what it was before. The diameter is half and the local scale is just, the diameter is going to be a half all round, so it's going to be a smaller ball that drops bang like that. So what do you think is going to happen if I put that script, if I put this sphere cars script on the floor? So let's select floor, drag the sphere cars script onto there, press play. Will it work? Because it's called sphere cars. So does that mean it will only apply to the sphere, or will it apply to the floor as it's been added to the floor? Let's press play. And look at that. The floor has become 0.5 by 0.5 by 0.5. So we can actually show that if we click on its transform, the floor is 0.5 by 0.5 by 0.5. What do you think is going to happen now if I increase the diameter here? Do you think that the floor diameter will change, or do you think the sphere diameter will change? So I'm on the floor and I increase the diameter and look what happens. That increases, but has the sphere increased? No. In order to increase the sphere, I need to change it on there. So you can see these two objects have got the same script attached to them, but the script is working on the specific object that's attached to. And that is really important. So the same script can be on different objects and it behaves by the same rules, but you can change it individually. You can manipulate it individually, and that's very, very powerful. So those are the answers to those questions, and I hope you will have a bit of fun playing around with that.